Hi folks, this is Gabe with Security.org, and today I want to talk to you about NordVPN. Now, NordVPN is known for a lot of things, and one of those things is being consistently ranked either first or second in terms of consumer VPNs out there on the market. And today I want to tell you why I think, spoiler alert, it actually does deserve that space. So let's go ahead and talk about that. And if you have any questions about what VPNs are and what they can and cannot do for you when it comes to privacy and security, please check out our VPN explainer videos that can give you a little bit more insight into that. But without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into NordVPN. So let's begin with the positive. The first pro I want to talk about is NordVPN has very minimal data logging. It's just holding on to the bare minimum when it comes to your account so that you cannot be attached to whatever you are looking up on the internet. The second thing I want to talk about is that NordVPN is based in Panama. So you have nothing within the Five or Nine Eyes surveillance. So if you're worried about those elements, it's based outside of, United States, based out of the United Kingdom. Panama is not a part of any of those alliance agreements. Now, one thing I want to talk about when it comes to cons with NordVPN has to be the lack of real breadth and geographical diversity when it comes to locations. Now, they have tons of servers, tons of locations, but a lot of those locations are based in Europe. So if you're someone like me, who spent a lot more time in Africa or South America or East Asia, and maybe wants to be able to put myself in those locations a little bit more often, you will maybe be a little bit disappointed in that sense, because so much of what NordVPN is able to bring to the table is Eurocentric. Now, just because NordVPN is based in Panama, it does not mean that it is bound by the Panama Canal, or the fact that it's a tiny, Central American country. Rather, it has over 5,000 servers in over 60 countries. So pretty much anywhere you are, you're going to be able to get a server near you. Now, when it comes to protocols with NordVPN, they have the classic OpenVPN with TCP and UDP protocols available for you, so you don't have to worry about anything. That's going to be taken care of. They also built their own protocol, NordLynx, which is built on WireGuard. Now, WireGuard is one of the newer VPN protocols out there. It's fast, it's quick, and it's safe. So fortunately, we've been able to kind of experience what this NordLynx experience is, because honestly, it's not something I've seen from really anyone else out in the market in terms of building their own protocol on top of an existing protocol. But you love to see this type of innovation out here in a market as crowded as the VPN space. Now, when it comes to encryption, they use the industry standard, talking AES 256-bit. So you're taken care of is pretty much what most of the VPNs out in the market are using today when it comes to encryption. Now let's jump into the feature set for NordVPN. Now with NordVPN, you have your kill switch option, which is great. It's lovely to be able to ensure that if something happens to that internet connection, you're not just going to be exposed all of a sudden. Nord has that capability, so you're set in that sense. Another thing that people love to talk about when it comes to VPNs is how quickly or how well they're actually able to use some of those streaming platforms out there. And I will say NordVPN does a pretty good job of keeping up with what's going on in the streaming arenas. So if you're someone who's trying to maybe cross into a gray zone of using a VPN while also being on a streaming platform, NordVPN is probably one of the top VPNs out there for doing that. Now, NordVPN does seem to be a bit of an innovator, and a cool feature that they have is something called double VPN. It's kind of similar to multi-hop that you'll see with other VPN services out on the market, but double VPN basically ensures that they're sending everything that you do through a couple of VPNs. So it's not only like you're going through one VPN, but you're also getting that second one, so you're leaving anyone following you in the dust. The final feature of, honestly, too many features to talk about today with NordVPN is the Onion over VPN. So they made it just a click away from using Onion over VPN. Now, of course, you can still go and do things like, NordVPN through a Tor browser, but if you just want to go directly to, that level of protection, you can do Onion over VPN with NordVPN. Now, when it comes to tests for NordVPN, there's some specific tests we like to run here at Security.org, typically being the WebRTC leak test and DNS leak test, to which it passed with flying colors. And of course, we love to have a speed test. I mean, who doesn't? We watch the Olympics every 4 years for that very reason. Now, when it comes to speed with NordVPN, once again, remember that there's so many variables when it comes to how fast your VPN is going to perform, and you'll see even from what I received today that it doesn't always make sense. Now, when we started with no VPN, just to get an idea of how fast the internet was here in my Brooklyn apartment, I got 113 megabits per second in terms of download speed, and I had 72 megabits per second in terms of upload speed. So that was just Verizon fiber here in Brooklyn speed. Now, interestingly, when I jumped on a Brazilian server with NordVPN, I was able to get up to 136 megabits per second download speed and 97 megabits per second upload speed. So I don't know exactly what's going on there, but that's what happened when I used that particular server. And I was also able to beat my download speed when I went to Denmark. So I got 121 megabits per second download from Denmark, and I did see a drop to 31 megabits per second in upload speed. So that was basically half or even less than half than I was getting with no VPN whatsoever. Then I went ahead and checked out the United Kingdom. There was a server in London, and I was able to get 128 megabits per second download speed and 48 megabits per second upload speed. So you can see there's a lot of variability, but generally speaking, solid download speeds with NordVPN, which kind of probably speaks further to their ability to let you stream from a lot of different places with no buffering. So if you need to watch something somewhere else, you're gonna be able to do that with NordVPN pretty easily and pretty quickly. All right, so here I am checking out NordVPN on my iPhone 12 Pro Max or Max Pro 12. I always forget the order in which you're supposed to say it. Now I can go ahead and hit quick connect, and boom, I'm now connected to a VPN in the United States. Pretty straightforward. I can, tell them how my VPN connection is, good, bad, all that kind of stuff. Now, if I want to go beyond this, I can make favorites. I can go into specialty servers. I can search for specific servers. And let's go ahead and check out what's happening in France, the former world champions in footy. You have some options there. I can, connect, disconnect. I can answer about the various connection, give NordVPN a little bit of feedback, which I think is useful, and then go ahead and disconnect. So when you're looking at this particular mobile application, it's pretty straightforward, and I have to talk about these P2P servers, that specific server for that torrenting, really easily to access. And that's pretty much it. I mean, you're not trying to get a lot from the mobile application. You just want to jump in and be able to use it. You'll note that you have various settings related to tools. A great one, of course, is CyberSec. That helps you to block ads, malware, hosting websites, things of that nature. You can also turn on the dark web monitor so you can know if your stuff is being messed up in terms of your credentials online. Of course, we have a lot of reviews on identity theft products if that's something that you're really looking to dive deeper into. And that's it. They don't really try to go ahead and fluff it up with too many things. It's not a bloated app. Pretty straightforward, everything that you're doing with NordVPN. So that's my look at the mobile application on my iPhone 12 Pro Max. Now let me give you my final thoughts on this particular VPN service, and it's that I understand why they are at the top for a lot of the rankings out there. They really have an intuitive service. It's really straightforward. They've clearly done a lot of research and innovation to make their product better for the consumer. And what do I mean by that? Well, I mean, onion over VPN, like that's a great thing to be able to do. A dedicated P2P server. I can use double VPN, that I have CyberSec built into the mobile application. Just the little details that really count. And so if you're looking for a VPN to take you over the line, take you to that next level, NordVPN can definitely provide that for you. All right, so thanks for sticking around today in our look at NordVPN. Now here at Security.org, we're always bringing you the newest in digital and physical security. So if you appreciate today's video, go ahead and maybe give us a like, even subscribe to our page. We're always gonna have new things for you. You wanna hit that bell so you know exactly when it's dropping. Now, if you have any particular comments, I would always love to hear them. Please drop them below. And that's it for me. My name is Gabe. This is Security.org. Be secure.